Keep your shoes on, because you never know what may happen. We were rolling from a remote location. What's going on? It's Chop Cheese TV and the McKenzie Report. Sunday night football. How about that situation? Huh?
It's back, man. It's December football, like I said, but it looks like Cats ain't ready to give up their seasons just yet. So everybody said, hold on a minute, wait a minute. I'm not ready for that golf course and fishing like y'all were talking about last week. So
they not ready. I know Pittsburgh ain't like it. They was ready.
Pittsburgh came back. They showed up. They showed out. 17 points in the fourth quarter. They were not having it. And Lamar Jackson, you got to start putting I don't know. You want to jump in and say, yeah, he's great and he's this and that, but then he just has these days that he just loses it. Yeah, and then he just makes things. He had 4 interceptions. Like they won last week with 4 interceptions, but this week he was untimely. 3 interceptions at least, and he really cost them the game today. So
that's right. That's right. Right.
And then, he brought him back again, but Mark Andrews dropped he threw some quite a wild pass, and Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion, could have tied the game.
He did.
And that was it.
Tragic.
Yeah, it was tragic. They're all going to sit back and be like, you know what? What can we do to not put us in this situation for next time? So let's not make it come down to this last-minute thing. Right. Yeah, we have the capability of coming back and scoring anytime we want to. But why are we going to put ourselves in that situation? Why don't we just win the game and put it on cruise control from fourth quarter, for the rest of the game, last 5 minutes or whatever. So, but Pittsburgh stormed back. Hats off to Big Ben. He said that he was over. It's done with, and this is his last season pretty much.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go out with a bang.
It's over for him. It's over for him.
Yeah, he already said it. He made the announcement himself, and he doesn't want no long thing, but he does. He probably wants to win for Pittsburgh too, and make sure at least they make playoff appearance.
Right, exactly.
So that was pretty cool. Got to give the Lions their credit. They finally got off their nut, got it off the schneid, as they say.
How about that?
They got that final first win. Hats off to them. They're always keeping it close, and then the Vikings themselves. The Vikings always play down to their opponent every game. Right. They're almost in every game. I don't
understand that. Why people can't do that? I don't understand.
They'll just make it that way that, that eventually it will just be like, let's just hang in there. And the Lions, too, they also came storming back. They had a 23-21 lead, and then the Vikings got a late touchdown. And then, lo and behold, Sam Goff said, you know what, let me just put this where it needs to be. St. Brown was wide open. Well, he wasn't wide open. It was a tight squeeze. But St. Brown pulled it out, and they pulled it out last with no time left. So congrats to the Lions and their first win in the season. So another year of being no undefeated teams. That was pretty bad. But they still got the first round draft choice as we speak. But at least they got one win.
At least they got one win.
Yeah, at least that much. So
how you like them Seahawks and them 49ers, though?
Seahawks is another team, like I said, the never say die type of person. They said, you know what, we won, and looks like they kind of own the 49ers. This is their 4th game in a row that they beat them.
Right,
so, the crowd was crazy. Everybody at the Kingdom was going nuts in Seattle. So, that pumped it up, and they dragged out Adrian Peterson off the scrap heap. And he scored a touchdown. That's kind of crazy. You 40 plus and you still got it, no matter what uniform you put on, and you still can just throw in there and go and get a touchdown right off the nut. That's pretty bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That veteran status, man. Veteran status.
Veteran. I don't know. It's something because, he got let go 2 weeks ago, and now he's back from the Titans, and now he's back on. He just puts on another uniform. Whether I can play a 100 or 0 gap and just run up the middle. And they just give him the ball, he's gone.
He still has something in the tank.
Yeah, he definitely does. And, that's how crazy this year's been and how many injuries there's been that you got to get people off the scrap heap like Adrian Peterson and put them in the backfield and stuff and run for you. But that's the way this year's been.
I really got to say that the NFL this year is really banged up. And it's really banged up because they're putting entirely too much pressure on the players. They're playing them too many games, too many nights. They're piling on,
Yeah.
and they're really this season. They're really, really banged up, and we're
Yeah,
not.
and it's not like
And
they go ahead.
in them being banged up, we're not able to see their real potential
Right.
because they're banged up.
Right. And now that we're in December, it's like, who are these people on this lineup subbing in for all these people that are hurt? And we don't know.
Right.
Because we don't know. Now it's gotten 17 games. So that's a stretch. So kind of like the NBA is too long. The season's too long.
Indeed.
So they'll take these little pockets and make all these excuses and give the rest to the players. We're going to have to start seeing that in football, unfortunately, because all these injuries are going to be adding up. Like, now like the Panthers, for instance, with Christian McCaffrey and the Giants with Saquon Barkley. I mean, they're just dragging people out of the blue, but now they got to address their key and star players. And with the salary cap, you don't have a real secondary backup kind of person who can really fill it in. That's what happened to the Giants today. I mean, Mike Glennon threw the ball to the wrong team like how many times today, and was like, what's going on? But again, he wasn't playing last weekend.
No,
that's pretty bad. Giants won. They got the momentum. They go down. They need another win to keep going and keep pace with Dallas. And then Miami said, no, we're not doing that today. And they ended up with 9 points. You can't beat any team with 9 points unless your defense is solid.
And Miami's a team that they could beat.
Yeah. And Miami, I mean, to their credit, this is their 5th win in a row. So Miami's not really something. Their defense has stepped up immensely.
Miami got a
has
good
been
defense.
solid throughout. So you have to really pay attention to that. So you have to, it's who's playing at what time. So you got the game, and it's either we're going to win off of offense, we're going to win off of defense, or we're going to win on a combination of the two. And really, a lot more teams got to try to do combination of the two instead of relying on one or the other. Like case in point, the Buccaneers today.
Right.
Buccaneers, they're not a solid team.
Not at all.
There, but they're not all the way there. They're either going to win because they outscored you or win because the defense showed up. And if today, I think they won because the defense showed up a little bit, and Tom Brady had enough points to keep them to keep the other team at bay. He had 3 touchdowns in the first half.
They can be beat. They definitely can be beat.
Yeah, but they can be beat. They're not dominating. No one's dominating and say, hey, we're just going to put y'all in. Another case in point, the Arizona Cardinals. So the Cardinals come back off the bye. Kyler Murray's there. Kyler Murray's back. DeAndre Hopkins back. They connect for a couple of touchdowns, and they win in the cold. So they showed that it was freezing and rain in Chicago, and they showed that they could win in the cold, in the rain, just in case we end up at Lambeau Field on Championship Sunday. So they showed that they could run on the road, outside the dorms, and in the cold. So that was pretty cool.
Arizona, really, like I said, again, I'm going to keep repeating it. Arizona's the team to beat.
You think they got it? We have to see what they do with the rest of their schedule, because they got to play the Rams, they got to play the Seahawks, and I think they got to roll with the Niners one more time. So we'll have to see. And they have Dallas. So they play Dallas right after New Year's, I believe. So they have to see that. Is that going to be a dope game, or will Dallas have the NFC East wrapped up by then? I don't know. So we'll have to see with that, what they do with a big, high-quality team. And, you play your schedule, right? But they have a couple of people down there. So we'll have to see what they do with the bigger names and top-tier teams.
Right.
That's what I like to see.
Exactly. This game right here, the Chiefs, they look like, I don't know. They're not blasting off on these guys right now.
But their defense, again, they're winning with defense right now because the offense is off. So the defense is loud, and you don't recall talking about a Chiefs defense lately. But last 3-4 weeks, you have to, because they're pretty much, keeping in people at bay, and they're giving Bridgewater fits. Anytime you got 3rd and long, they got pressuring a lot of people up in their face. So the Chiefs are really serious about theirs, and they're trying to make sure that they could put in that push, make sure that, they can handle the things. Because lo and behold, the Chargers came to the east side and won. I was surprised. I didn't think they had that much ammunition, but Chargers had like 6 sacks, if I'm not mistaken, off of Joe Burrow and stuff. And they took a top team on the road, and they beat them. So you have to be mindful of what's going on. So the AFC West is really solid. Everybody's over 500.
Right.
And lo and behold, some people are playing at a higher level than the others. So you have to see where's that going and what's that going to do.
Right.
So I have to make sure that, the Chargers right now are probably, pretty much solid. We have to see if they play the Chiefs
is pretty
again.
much solid, yeah.
Yeah, and we have to see if they play it. The Raiders took the L this week because of the Washington football team. Another team that's solid, and they got that 6-7 slot. You be quiet. Lo and behold, Ron Rivera's got them boys playing. So
don't
they're playing that team football.
Washington gonna hurt somebody's feelings.
Right. And let's just play football, really. And it's just like offense, defense, special team. They're playing complementary football.
Right.
Offense scores, defense hands the ball to offense, special team sets up wherever the offense is, and they just play ball. And they roll, and they can run the ball, they can pass the ball. Logan Thomas is back, the tight end. So, they're making it happen. And they're playing defense even without Chase Young for the rest of the year.
Right. How about that?
So it's kind of interesting how that's happening. Then the Eagles, shout out, and I just want to take a moment for my man Artie Bowser passed away this morning from Temple U. Big man like me, he's just my complete opposite or twin, you could say, but he's
right.
like all his Philly teams, his 76ers, his Eagles, his Phillies, even the daggone Flyers. So, shout out to him. He had a little situation, and big shout out to him. Temple's at a loss today. Philadelphia's at a loss today. But I hope Artie rest in peace. But lo and behold, I guess you had a dealing with something because the Sixers won on Friday. Right. Temple basketball won on Saturday, and here go the Eagles on Sunday winning for you. So you can play that damn fight song that you like to say.
Right.
But the Eagles pretty much put it in. They were down. They were down against the Jets, but then the Jets turned it on, and what's his name? Ginshu? He put it in. They sat Jalen Hurts. He's got a little injury dinged up, and in comes Minshew, which was kind of funny. I didn't think he would have the plays down pat, but he did what he needed to do. They ran the ball well with the backfield with Gainwell and Sanders, I believe. And the defense stepped up big time against the Jets. And they turned the tables around and won in the Meadowlands. They're back-to-back. They're in New Jersey 2 games in a row. And they play the Giants next week on the road at home. Finally.
A lot of individuals, like they trying to go with their core teams. They trying to lock in to who they think in fantasy football or their main football situation. They trying to lock in and put their hearts with their main teams, but it's because of the teams being banged up, everything's a toss-up right now.
Oh, yeah. Injury is definitely playing a factor no matter what you say, no matter which way you look at it. I mean, the Panthers got to go the rest of the year without McCaffrey. Chase Young is going to have an impact eventually. You could go on and on of how, major teams have lost either for a couple of days or a couple of games or the rest of the season. So you could definitely see that. And that's probably, no excuse for the Giants. They took an L. That's an 8th loss. I think they might be out of it, mathematically still in it. But, but they never were in sync, right? Saquon Barkley played about 3 games here. Kadarius Toney, the rookie, he played a couple of games here. Kenny Galladay played 1 or 2 here. No, you can't. You need a rapport. That's what you got. You see Hill and Mahomes and Kelsey. So, you don't see them not play the game together. Right. And you can see them. And you can see it in Gronk and Brady as well. That, everything's in sync. Everybody's still online. I know what's going to happen if I do this or do that. But now you patchwork all these people together. I can't tell you how many games all 4 of those guys played at the same time. You have the numbers. You have the names. You got Rudolph. You got Ingram. You got Sterling Shepard. But nobody's playing together with Daniel Jones at the same time.
The Giants ain't had a Mark Bavaro in That was our guy.
That's a blast for the past. But, yeah, we have it. Evan Ingram's okay, but he's not Mark Bavaro.
No.
He's not Mark Bavaro.
No.
Kelsey and Greg Kittles. Now that reminds you of Mark Bavaro, but
Mark Bavaro was the guy.
a beast. Yeah, he was a beast.
His hands
for real.
was golden.
Yeah, that Monday night against the 49ers, everybody hates to watch that, but that was dude, that looked like freaking remember Techno Bowl where guys were flying off you because you run? That looked like Techno Bowl live. It was Bavaro was running down the field. There go Ronnie Lott dragging him for 20 yards.
I'll tell you.
If Ronnie Lott can't bring you down, you something special.
You something
Ronnie
special.
Lott was taking everybody down.
Ronnie Lott was a
Ronnie
freight
Lott
train.
took a ride for about 20 yards. I could
And
never
Mark
forget
Bavaro dude was a different kind of animal.
Different kind of animal. They don't make them like that. Though.
Nah, not at all.
Kelsey and Kittles, they come close.
Yeah.
But Bavaro, he's pretty special. He's pretty special. Pretty special.
Well, we make it see what it do. We see how this game is gonna go down. We back tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. You know what I mean? It's a big game.
Yeah, another good game, man. It's Bills, Patriots for the AFC East.
It's a big game.
Who's the man? Who's a real man? Who wants it more tomorrow? I mean, it's going to be snowy, rain, 80% chance. It's going to be ugly. But the key is, if the Bills can run the ball, because the Patriots can't stop the run,
right?
They might have an advantage. But right now, I'm going looking like the Patriots got the sleight of hand. Mac Jones' biggest game of his NFL career right now. So we'll see what they have. So, like I said, they you got police in the back somewhere. Where you at, though?
I'm in the hood. I'm reporting live from the hood.
Mad gangster right now.
I'm live on the hip hop strip right now.
I'm trying to stay focused.
I'm live on the strip. I'm reporting live. I'm like the Roman
reporter. Skull cap.
I'm like the Scully on.
Police in the back. Police sirens in the back.
Anything can happen.
Like, where is
Anything can happen.
I know we'll get a call or two, Jamie. Where's the producer at this time?
Anything can happen, but we got to report the football, baby.
You got to show the love and the dedication to report football to you. For the love of the game. For the love of football, for real.
I said, man, I'm doing it. Listen, we get back to the game, and I'm getting off the block because it's hot on the block, and anything can happen.
Because anything can happen.
Anything can happen, man. Listen, man.
So we will see you tomorrow night, right?
We'll see tomorrow night. If I can make it out the hood. Tomorrow night, we see y'all Monday Night Football. Bills, Patriots. Y'all know how it's going down. Listen, man. We're in the mix. We are in the mix. The McKenzie Report. We are in the mix, man. Y'all be careful. Y'all be hot. Y'all get it ready. We're about to be out of here. Listen, man.
Music.
We are going.
We see you later, brother. All the way live. See you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, we out of here, man. We out of here, baby. Let's go. Big J.